some lifers now, they are like, oh, I have seen holes being better filled in on
808 kick drum, 808 hat, 808 snare drum, 808 clap. Got an 808 this and an 808 that. Got an 808 boom and an 808 back.
So there are a lot of different schools when it comes to this. Some people, they go with Armaflex. Okay, it's a really common insulation material, especially here in Europe. Other people, they go with like way different things, like soft material, harder material, just plates. I remember in my last van, if you saw that, it was a real shit show when I did the insulation, and I'm not going to go through that again. I'm going to go with this, the Armaflex XG. I have seen people who also like insulate the like side pods or long sleepers, and they just leave it there, and then they wonder, why does it smell in my van? Yeah. I'm also going to use this. It's 100% polyester. You can compare it to like a Thinsulate. It says here, window here, 100%. But I came to realize that that's not going to be the case. Because let's say that I have my sofa here up, and I work a lot with photo, video, editing and stuff like that. And I realized that I'm not going to cover this window up all the time and then take it down, put it up, take it down. That's not what I want, okay? So I'm just going to leave it like this, because I'm going to have like a seat here and a table and stuff, and then I can just edit here without having a lot of reflections and shit in the screen. I'm not going to insulate the whole van today. I'm only going to insulate like places where I don't need to put more or other stuff during the conversion. You feel me here? This is the 32. I also have 19 there, and I have the 9mm in the floor, as you have seen in an earlier video. No matter who you ask, everyone will say, oh, but I did like this, I did like that, this is better. There are a lot of people who know what is what, but they don't know what is what.
They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck? They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck?
So let me give you a pro tip here. This piece is going to fit in there, and it's going to fit in here like this. Okay. What a lot of people struggle with is that, oh, it's so sticky, I cannot get it in small places and so on and so on. It's because you are doing it in the wrong way. So you open it up like this, so you have the sticky in the middle, okay? And then you squeeze it in, so it's loose, so you can really get a grip of it there. Like that, okay? So then you get it fixed in place. Like this, right? And then you can just pull it out from there. And there you have it, okay? And then on the other side, you just bend it in like this. And there you have it. So one box of 3 square meter of the XG 32mm is enough to cover up half of the bottom. I have a little bit of space left here that I need to cover up, but it's covered all the way up here and this one. So this is what you get with like 3 square meters of the 32 mil. Of these packages, which makes it 6 square meter in total, complete all the way down there, this part here, up here, the last section of the ceiling, a little piece here, up in here and down here, and I also put it in the slide door. I see a lot of people that ask, like in Facebook groups and forums, hey, does anyone have like Armaflex or other insulation, because I'm converting my van at the moment. And I can understand people who don't want to pay for it, because one roll of 3 meters of the 32 goes for like 115 euro, something like that. This one goes for like 90 euro. This is the 90 mil. So I understand. I mean, let's say that you buy like 5 rolls in total for your whole van. Okay, it comes up to like 600 euro easy. I did not calculate it, like I make so much in the beginning here before I put this up. But since I only have these small sections left now, I'm going to go with a 19 mil, like double layers. I have seen a lot of people starting like a discussion. Hey, Armaflex is not good, okay, but it's because you don't want to pay for it. That's the reason, okay, 100% short. And they buy like sleeping mats, you know, the one that you are sleeping on in the forest, and they are like, oh, it works fine, it works fine. Okay, whatever floats your boat, okay? We all choose what we want to put our money on, okay? I'm building this van proper, in my opinion, okay? There are a lot of you people who will put a comment, oh, you are not doing it right, or Armaflex is not good. Blah, 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 whatever. It's the builder's choice. So, a box of 19 mil. This is what's left. Small pieces here and there. So here is the 32, here comes the 19. It's a little bit of Tetris going on here, yes, and that is how it is when you work with Armaflex. 2 layers of 19 all the way. Really nicely done here around the fan also, so it covers, because this is not insulated, so. And before you put any comment about the cables, and I'm also going to come down here with the solar panels and stuff, but this is an active choice, okay? Because I left the cables here because I'm going to run them like in between here, very, very in between. So that's why I did not pull the cables now. On this side and on this side, here and here and here, there is like a drain system. So when water comes down here, it drips down through holes. These holes are like open, which means technically wind can come in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this, because it's also very narrow down here. This is material similar to the Thinsulate that a lot of people use. A lot of people use it to fill here also, inside of this. But I also have seen a lot of people who don't fill this with anything. A lot of people, most of the people, they put insulation into the van with the start point of their mindset of where they are. My first van, I built it in Sweden. I was like, oh, it's freezing cold, I'm going to have like insulation everywhere. And then the majority of the time, I spent like more or less 3 years in the van. Let's say that 2.5 years of that I was in the south of Spain. And of course, even with this thing, a lot of people will say, that's not correct. You cannot do like that. That's not good. And a lot of people will also say, oh my god, why didn't I think about this? One thing that surprises me genuinely, like super much, is when people start to argue with me when I say air is the best insulation. No matter how much Armaflex you put in, air is the best insulation. And people are like, how can air be insulation? I'm going to put like some kind of plastic reflector here, I think, and then the wall on that. The air then that is in between here, because there is a space here, like 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, air, okay, standing still, good insulation. A lot of people, they also go with these sound deadening like plates who cut out like vibrations when you are driving and so on. In my opinion, Armaflex does the job as well. You can already hear it now, okay? And then it's going to be even more stuff in here. You know, like the kitchen and the bed and so on and so on. All the way here, down there, in this one, and up in here. Also on the other side, of course, the whole way. You really see it. And down there. Armaflex 32 mil, like all the way around, except for over the cockpit and in the back doors. I'm going to deal with that later. The long sleepers will not have any insulation. I also poured in the polyester in like holes and spaces where I could not reach with the Armaflex. This will definitely be a good insulated van, 100% sure. Right.